What's up, good people? Welcome to the Business Empowerment. Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers, got insight for miles. Miles and miles. We'll give you what you need to know. Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to rock and roll, baby. And we got a good show. I got a guest. He's trying to get in here now. I'm seeing him trying to get in the green room, having some technical difficulties. But it's all good because we eventually always work it out. The internet never stopped anyone forever, just temporarily.
Patrick works in the accounting department at a company that pays a lot of invoices every month to service providers. Each invoice is due within 30 days. Every person on Patrick's team spends about 16 hours a week manually processing invoices to try to meet payment deadlines. Done manually, the process starts when invoices are received electronically through a web portal. Then the accounts payable team has to manually validate each invoice. They apply more than 30 controls that check things like, are there 9 characters in the tax number? Does the provider information match the database? Is every field filled in? Is the VAT calculated correctly? Is there an existing budget assigned to this provider? With so many controls, manually processing all those invoices was taking up valuable time for Patrick and his team every week. The company ended up paying many invoices late, which meant incurring extra fees. With a robotic process automation tool, the process was made much simpler for Patrick and his company. The same Excel spreadsheet used to manually record an invoice's status can guide a bot to perform the same controls. Watch as the Automate bot runs through these checks. It goes through each control quickly, checking between the invoicing software and CRM. Then it updates the Excel file if there are no errors. If there are errors, Automate emails the appropriate team so they can take action. This company not only was able to pay their invoices on time, but every person on Patrick's team got back 16 hours per week to spend on more valuable tasks. How could your company benefit from automating its invoicing processes?
And offboarding bot to handle their hiring and termination processes. During the hiring process, the HR manager sends the offer letter via email to the new sales agent. In that email, there's a link that will allow the sales agent to complete all the necessary forms related to hiring, such as the W-9. Once these forms are completed, it triggers the bot to go into action. The bot then reaches out to the hiring manager to confirm the hiring details. When the hiring manager replies to the bot's email, the bot then logs into DocuSign and sends the new employee both a non-disclosure agreement and their independent contractor agreement for signature. Once these documents have been signed, the bot then adds the employee information into the company database. It then logs into the company Office 365 account as an administrator and sets up the new employee's email and SharePoint access. It then logs into the company's Vistaprint account and orders their business cards. Next, it logs into the company's CRM account as an administrator and sets up the new employee's profile. It then sends the instructions to the new employee on how to access his company email and CRM. It also provides technical support for the new employee throughout the entire setup phase. Once the employee has access to the company email, the bot then initiates the online training program for new hires in the company's learning management system. Until the training is completed, the bot continues to monitor the training progress of the sales agent. Once that training is complete, the bot sends an email to the hiring manager notifying her of the new sales agent's readiness to start. All of this is accomplished with a single offer email from HR and a confirmation email from the hiring manager. The opposite is also just as simple. The termination is triggered by an email from the HR manager to the bot. The bot then deactivates the sales agent's email access and CRM access. Next, it updates the company records in the database, and then sends a contract termination letter via DocuSign. Once completed, the bot reports back to the HR manager to confirm that offboarding has been completed. These are just two of the many custom solutions that we have designed and created for our clients.
My name is Marvin Romero. I'm a small business owner. I have a personal injury firm with 2 employees, and I came across Scale Through Automation on LinkedIn. I wasn't sure if they'd work with small businesses because they already were doing things on a larger scale, but I reached out to Wilton Rogers and his team anyway. We met in early December. They told me they could help out my small business and we could automate some processes that were actually taking up a lot of our time. So we had a meeting the first week of December. After that meeting, I received a questionnaire, filled out that questionnaire. Within a week, we had a Zoom meeting where we talked about all the things that the bot should be able to do, what the automated process would entail, and what I actually wanted to accomplish. 7 days or less from that date, we actually had a bot to look at and a demo to run. And within 3 weeks and before Christmas, we had an automated process for the business. It was amazing to see that the team came together and put together an automated process within 30 days and also during the month of Christmas. Scale Through Automation definitely came through for my business.
Hey, well, that's just good stuff. So glad that we were able to do that. It is a fantastic thing when you can serve people and actually produce results that benefit their life. Hey, what about that? So we got a guy that's going to be on the show today who benefits a lot of lives. Now, this is a very unique show. My partner Wilton is not here today. We had a call from, got business. He got called in. So I'm here holding it down. So me and my man Ronnell is going to have a one-on-one sit down. We're going to talk about how he's empowering, impacting, and transforming lives like in a very unique way. I love his, you got this cut all that nonsense out, cut to the chase, black and white. He calls it how he sees it. It is what it is. Now, I really like that type of perspective because that's how you gain clarity, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's the quickest route to clarity. Cut all the BS. Yeah, that's what they said. They said do that. So, but check this out. Let me see if I can pull this up. This is a video I found. I was really interested in this. It's like, okay, let's go with this. Let's go with this. Inspire the people, man.
I keep my chin up, back straight, take my shoulder. I remember what I told ya, I'm a soldier. Kick me when I'm down and I keep.
Hey, it's Saturday. This is what I do. I get it in every day.
Yeah. Keep grinding, ladies and gentlemen. Keep getting it. Without further ado, Ronnell, welcome to the show, brother.
What's happening, Rob? What's happening?
Man, how you feel, man?
I feel pretty good, man. I got me a little Topo Chico action going on here. Do you drink Topo?
No. What is that?
So it is the very best carbonated mineral water that money can buy. For my Topo Chico fans out there, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Man.
Hecho in Mexico.
What's the power behind that? What's the goodness in it?
It's water.
Okay. Hey, look, the body said it was water. We gotta drink it.
you just showed the Rise and Grind video, and this goes right along with that, man. Staying hydrated, bro. You know that. Like keeping our energy up as business professionals, entrepreneurs, man. That's where it's at, man. There's a lot that we are called to do on a daily, weekly basis, and it requires stamina.
Yeah,
it requires stamina.
Yeah, and so getting that stamina, getting it and keeping it, sustaining it, and obviously, that's going to help you be a great entrepreneur, business leader, and what you're doing, man. You're like I said, you're the coach's coach. You're the coach's coach.
Thanks for that, bro.
So you got some insight. You have some insight. So if you are watching this right now, I would suggest, if you can, stop doing anything else, because multitasking is really just focused suicide. So concentrate on what's coming out of the mouth of this gentleman here, because he's been doing it for a minute. When I say doing it, I mean building businesses, right? Building communities that build businesses.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
There's an essence to that. And 2020 has really created a lot of entrepreneurs, but not necessarily successful ones, man. Yeah. So, what can you say, man? First, let's just share like quickly what you do, a snapshot of what you do, why you do what you do, and then we can start talking about the things you do to help people.
Yeah, man. Like the slogan says, I'm a businessman, and really, I've taken that moniker on because it means so much to me. I'll give you guys the shortened and condensed version. It actually goes back to my childhood, way before rappers started using it in lyrics. When I was 8 years old, I had this goal to be a businessman, right? Mm-hmm. And someday I'll share that story with you guys. You guys want to call me up and whatever, hop on a Zoom. I'll share the full story with you. Anyway, so fast forward here, decades later, I have a few different businesses that I'm involved in. I cut my teeth in building telecom and technology sales companies. So I ran a few of those, did pretty well, made some good decisions, made some bad decisions. That's part of the journey.
Yeah.
And now here today, where I spend most of my days on a couple of things. I still own a technology company, a sales agency. On that, I have a consulting business that I run as well, where I help the entrepreneurs that I want to help. That's the beauty of that. Like, I get to choose who I want to work with. I'm very intentional about who we work with, because I want to serve, and I want to serve the right people. That's what I talk to my clients about all the time, is being super intentional about how we do business. So that, and then we have the Business and Bourbon brand, which
business and bourbon, man.
A lot of my time, but I love it.
I remember when you was getting that. I remember when that thing was like coming off the ground. It was on the runway.
Yes, sir.
But it was on a runway. Typically, runways takes a little while, man. You got a little while. You got to turn the bend, and then it was like runway. I'm like, whoa, he's gone.
So, bro, that's the thing here. I on one of our
what's up too, Roy? I love Roy, man.
Roy, that's my guy. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about business and bourbon, or about any business success. One of our Business and Bourbon episodes we did from actually, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 episodes we did from ASW Distillery down here in Atlanta, Georgia, and they're very successful. They have this beautiful distillery. Their SKUs are in every place. Like, they're killing it. And as I sat down with their VP of sales, and we're talking about their success, he's like, our founder likes to say we are a 10-year overnight success. Wow. There are no overnight successes. Even what people on the outside, we may perceive it as being overnight, but Business and Bourbon it's been 5 years in the making now. So it started, our very first Business and Bourbon newsletter insert was 5 years ago. And so it's been a lot of shaking hands, kissing babies, making impact, connecting with people, talking to people, telling the stories, one person at a time, man. That's what I like to say. Look, we're about building a movement, and best believe we're building a movement. Go to businessandbourbon.live, make sure y'all become a member, but we're building a movement. And if you want to build a movement, you do that one person at a time, man. You make connection, you build advocates for your brand, and that's what we're about.
Come on, listen up, everybody. Listen up. One person at a time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Falguni, what she say? She said, yes, being super intentional about what we do and whom we do. Yeah, you better believe it. The intention is huge. I'm glad you brought that up.
But Rob, you know what? That's become such a buzzword. And here's my issue with a lot of these things that have been coming out of my mouth for a long time.
Yeah.
People pick up on these things and it just becomes buzzwords and cliches. Do y'all understand what I mean when I say intention?
Yeah.
You understand that? I mean,
understand
strategic
the word?
focus. I mean, that means you do some things that maybe you don't want to do. That means you turn down things.
True.
That's what it means. It's
True.
not just some buzzword or something to put quotes on and throw it up on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Being truly intentional. Here's the benefit for you. If you are about long-term success,
Yeah.
and doing business, not just winning right now, but winning a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the key to that is building great relationships.
Yeah.
Great relationships where you provide tremendous value, right?
Yep. Yep.
That are mutually beneficial relationships. The way that you do that in business is by being super intentional with who you do business with and how you do business.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're focused on tremendous outcomes, right?
Yep.
We're reversing engineering. So
Okay.
here's my piece of advice for y'all in business. Look at your business right now. Take a snapshot of your business. You got 10 customers, right? You've got this customer right here who just loves the hell out of you, and you're delivering at a super high level.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're willing to go to, they're damn near ready to go sell for you. That's how much they love you. You got this customer in here. Yeah, we're doing a pretty good job. We're okay. You know, they're paying us. You got this one down here. Maybe you're not doing such a great job, but they're paying the bills and you're taking some money from them because, you know, hey, they want to pay.
Yeah.
You bring your focus to this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
And you find more of the, first of all, intentionally understand that what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're providing to this one.
Yeah.
Do more of that and
Ooh.
do more and find more of those folks.
Yeah.
And be okay saying, hey, look, this person, you know what? I can't really serve you at the level that I want to be able to serve you in order to do what I like, what we talk about, referral quality work. I'm not able to serve you at that level. So let me help you find someplace else, or let me help you find a resource that's going to help. People love you for that. They love you for that. But really being intentional about focusing on who we serve, who we can do business with, who we can really deliver tremendous outcomes for. Because that person, that's going to build some terrific alignment. That's going to build someone that's going to be an advocate for you way into the future. That is the long game, my friends. That's what it's about.
Playing the long game. Long game. What's this about, man? What's that about, man? What is that about right there?
What that is about, my friend, is I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in serendipity. I don't, and I get into these discussions with people about these sorts of things all the time. I believe in action. And I believe in causality, cause and effect, right? Cause, effect.
Yeah.
Oftentimes in our life, we leave so many things up to chance, serendipity, luck. And when we do that, we're missing the fact that there was some willful action taken somewhere that resulted in whatever's happening. So I like to do this little exercise because I'll get into this discussion with folks. They're like, "Oh no, I was just lucky," or something. Like, no, tell me what you think was lucky. And they'll give me they'll tell me something. Well, I just happened to run across this whatever, and I will reverse engineer that and show them, no, there is a decision made somewhere along the way. Sometimes it's not your decision, but oftentimes, more often than not, there are decisions that we're making in our everyday life that affect outcomes that we're just ho-hum, just like we're sleepwalking. You're sleepwalking through your day, not realizing that, hey, you know what? When I got up at 6 a.m. this morning and made that decision to go to the gym, right, and get my plyometric workout on, and how that's helped energize me and fuel me through the day. I've got energy right now that I'm able to share and deliver with you guys that I might not have had otherwise. But that was a decision that I made, right? I didn't just show up and I had to make an intentional decision that has resulted in an outcome that's favorable for me. So here's the funny thing about when you start understanding the power of decision making and intention. You get lucky. How about that?
Hey.
All of a sudden, your life is more like, oh my God, how this happened? This happened. I have a good friend of mine who is perpetually lucky, right? From his perspective. But it's not luck at all. He just he's always taking action. He's always taking action. Some of those things work out, some of them don't. But they ultimately, puts him in a situation to where things that are seemingly lucky happen to him, but it's just because he's taking an active approach to his life.
Yeah.
He's not just sleepwalking.
Man, that's it. That's it, man. Not your decisions, but your everyday life decisions. Okay. I like that breakdown on the clarity too, man, about because we do have a lot of buzzwords and there's bandwagons that get created. The bottom line is, man, take action. Be clear about what you're going to do and then take it. And that's the thing about it. You helping people get clear though. That's the thing about it, because people set out with this agenda and then they get paralysis analysis. And so they're trying to figure out like what's going on, like what's the reason for this. Now I can tell you, like you said, I know it's about energy. I know energy is more important than intelligence, because without energy you can't even use your intelligence. So you're generating energy by exercising. You're actually generating energy. You generate energy by meditation that releases the stimulation that energize you. So, but from your perspective, like how do you help people get out of their own way? Well,
I think that the first thing for any of us to do, and this is an exercise that anyone that works for me, works, or that I've consulted for, or just mentored anyone, it starts with accepting reality, like accepting our circumstances, whatever they may be. Listen, we're gonna have a little bit of real talk here. Because you know how I do, Rob. You know how I do. So I've done all right. I've had some pretty good successes, given where I come from and all that. What I learned when I started my corporate journey and my business journey is I have to accept the realities of my existence in this world. It's not going to be the same for me. It's not going to be as easy for me as others. There are certain stereotypes. There are certain things that are just going to be present the minute that I walk in the door. So I don't know what, I think I got this from my dad when I really think about it. So when I started my career, in my early 20s, I was super hyper cognizant of that. And so I controlled the environments. I controlled the perception before they could make their own assumptions, right? This is just an example of kind of what I'm talking about. We accept our life. That doesn't mean it's fair. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
It don't mean it's fair. Life ain't fair. But when you understand what your true circumstances are, whether it's business, whether it's my example that I'm giving you, whatever is, you stop looking at through rose-colored glasses and you say, okay, this is the real. This is what it is. And then once you understand and you accept what it is, now you can, that's where the real power is. Because there's no power in illusion. The power is in understanding what my lot is, where my business is at, where my family's at, whatever it is. And then you can take intelligent action to chart out your success.
That's big. Thank you for that word. We don't want to just take action. That's like driving the wrong way, fast. Like, okay, don't do that.
But I will tell you this, but I will add one thing to that, Rob. I agree with you 100%, but understand this, folks. Action is better than inaction. Even that is, even
you're learning something, right?
There's the key.
Yeah.
There's the key. Take the action and you continue. Like the part of being successful in business is failing a lot, right?
Yeah, that's so true.
Taking actions that you don't even know yet, but it's part of the learning process. So
oh my goodness.
Where I see some of my entrepreneurs go wrong is they keep repeating the same stuff as opposed to like understanding, look, I'm gonna do this and we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, I learn from it and then I tweak it and I do something different or I change the course, right? Sometimes we're so stubborn and we're not learning from those actions. Like to your point, we're just taking stupid actions and we're not learning from them. That's the only time action is stupid is when we're not using it as a mechanism to get better, and grow. Right.
Like you said, failing forward is the name of the game. There's no way in the world. I mean, the baby didn't come out the womb on his feet.
Ain't that the truth? I did though. I did. I did one of these too. I came out with my feet in the B-boy stance. I was like,
"What's up?"
I got pictures. No, for real.
That's something. Listen. Hey, so we're moving through 2020. Now 2021 is here, and the pandemic. We're still in it, but we're like coming out of it. What's some advice, man, that you can give the people, as their business owners, entrepreneurs, people who are running and navigating this thing?
All right, so check this out. I was going to make a video about this, Rob, but now I'm going to talk about it on your show. But you got to send me the recording so I can talk about it when you post a video about it.
There it is.
Here's the reality. Just like we talked about, there are no overnight successes. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing, good or bad, it just doesn't. So here's the thing. You guys go back and think about last year with the pandemic and everything happened, and we're like, okay, man, we got to pivot. And like, it didn't happen overnight. But the people that were able to pivot were people that were in a position to evolve and to make change quickly, right? Some of us in our businesses, we're not in a position, or we're not putting ourselves in a position to where we're able to pivot because we're complacent, we're enjoying whatever it is, we're enjoying wherever it is, the place that we're at, and we're not thinking 6 months ahead. Yeah. The people that were able to pivot, myself being one of them, were in a position to because of what we did 6 months prior to March, April rolling around. Yeah, I didn't know about pandemic. None of us did. But our businesses were in a position because of what we did 6 months prior to it happening. If March come around and you're like, oh shit, pandemic. You're done.
Too late.
You're too late.
Yeah.
Period. So what you need to be thinking about, let me show you something.
He said, get on a boat when Noah said it the first time.
Is that boy right here?
Uh-huh. Yep.
I got my vaccine. I'm not about to lecture anyone on whether you should get a vaccine or not.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the realities of business. Lots of people are getting vaccines really quickly. Mm-hmm. 3 months from now, you're going to have a population that is where they're going to feel, whether you're vaccinated or not, really, really comfortable doing things that we weren't doing 6 months ago.
Herd immunity you talking about?
I'm talking about not necessarily herd immunity. I'm talking about a mind state.
Mind state, okay.
Whether we're at herd immunity or not is not going to matter. People are going to feel like, okay, we can get back to what we're doing.
For sure.
We have been living in an artificial bubble for the last year, an artificial business bubble, okay? Some of you guys that are in tech, like a lot of my friends and peers out there, you experienced tremendous growth last year, right? Because people had to use technologies that you provided that they weren't using before. So it was this artificial growth out of nowhere. Oh, it's fantastic. And then some of my folks that are in some of the other industries, like let's say hospitality or staffing, were hurting because now I can't staff, my 150 workers at that plant, or we've got no one coming to stay in our hotel rooms. You are in an artificial bubble as well, right? Yeah. Two different sides of it.
Yeah.
So here's what's about to happen. There's a reckoning that's about to happen here. You guys that are way up here, well, it's going to get different. You're coming down here, so you better get aggressive and learn how you're going to maintain those numbers that you were hitting by doing some other things. You guys that were down here, you're going to start getting business. Are you prepared to handle that business? Do you have the infrastructure in place to handle this, right? So the point that I'm making is that you need to be making the right decisions right now. You need to have your business in a position, everyone, not just whether you were doing a ton, because one thing I know about making a lot of money is it can go really quick too.
Oh man.
I had a company after our best year. We're killing it. Best year ever, 13 years in that company. We closed the doors 7 months later, and the most painful thing in my life I've ever been through. Anyway, we closed the door in 7 months in the new year because of a comedy of errors. Things happen. So the point that I'm making is that, again, you need to be thinking about that right now, not just thinking. You need to be putting action to it and positioning your business in a way to deal with with what comes next after this artificial bubble, because we have I don't care what business you're in, we've all been in an artificial bubble. We've had something unprecedented happen. And because of that, either your business went up or your business went down. But whichever side you're on, it's going to do this thing right here. So we need to be ready. If our business is going down, we need to find new ways to generate revenue. We need to make our relationships deeper. If our business if our business was down, do you have the infrastructure in place to be able to deal with, to be able to scale up?
Preparation. Yes, preparation. Yes, sir. That's good. That's good perspective to have too. It's a good perspective. So you don't want to. We're in a bubble, but you don't want to live in a bubble because it will get popped.
It's gonna. That's what's going to happen. Like it's nothing that you can't prevent it. It's again, if your numbers were low, you're still around. That's going to change. Your numbers were high. They're not going to maintain that. My sister works for Zoom. Killed it last year. They killed it.
Oh my goodness.
They killed it. But guess what?
Yeah.
Wall Street doesn't care that you're in an artificial bubble. They want those same percentage of increase year over year. What are you going to do to get it? What are you going to do? Whether you're big like Zoom or you're somebody that's a 1-2 person shop working out of your house, you got to be thinking about these same things. How do you maintain those gains that you made last year? How do you?
Something to think about. My favorite people live together. Well, LinkedIn user, let us know who you are.
You know what? Sometimes StreamYard is tripping a little bit.
I know.
It does that.
It makes you a ghost. Like you were someone yesterday. Man, so I'm going to ask you this question. I know you don't like wishes, man. But if there's an idea that you can make come true, a genie comes to you, and says, man, you get one thought that can come true. You can make this thought come true. Call it a wish, call it whatever it is, but you get to do one thing. What's the one thing that you do for the world, in the world? One thing you can do. Anything.
Oh, man. Come on, Rob. I don't know how to answer that.
Anything, man. Anything you want to do.
There is no one. That's part of the thing. That's part of who I am. I don't have one thing.
I know it.
My joy is in creating. And so I create. That's what you want to know why now I have multiple businesses, because that's where my joy is, man. And so it's hard for me to think about one thing to eat for dinner tonight. One thing, but y'all want something philosophical and something.
Maybe not, maybe not, because I know how you roll, man. Just come. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say. Whatever you say, man. It's multiple things. So
if I could wish for one thing would be to bring real hip hop back. I'm just kidding.
It's coming. Listen, it's coming.
There's plenty of great hip hop out there. Rob, I don't have an answer for that, and that's kind of part. Again, you know me.
I got you. How about this? What's one thing you would do, man? Like, what's one thing you could add to the world? Like, add something to this world. Like, I need you to be like. You and I, we are the creators that will create this planet. I'm saying this hypothetically, but this is the Earth. Like, what can we add here, man? Like, what can we add to this planet? Whatever it is, like, what can we put here?
I guess I just don't, and it's part of my DNA. I think big, but I think small at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm always about what I can personally do within my sphere of influence, man. And I feel, with that said, is there anything like massively that I would change or that I'd want? And no, man, because I feel really good about the impact that I've made. If it were to be over tomorrow, man, like, hey, people showing up, people coming out for me, and because I put into people, and that's what it's always been about for me. So I'm about doing what I can within my circle of influence to make my little change, my little impact in the greater world through at home. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm taking your wish, and I'm taking that wish. And I'm making that how people should think. That's the thinking right there. That's the model, and that's okay that, you don't want to go broad, because you do keep it simple. You do keep it there, and you keep it small, and you build from there. Is, how do you eat an elephant? Obviously, one bite at a time, and a lot of people are in this fantasy world trying to eat elephants real quick. So you're real mindful of that mentality and philosophy. So I like that, dude. I'm with it. This is, I think if you're watching this, you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from this gentleman here, from his podcast. Follow his content. If you're interested in developing the right mindset to win in business, you can use some of these attributes for life too. But you want to win in business, I would follow him, and I would follow some of the people that he's interviewing. Success leaves clues. Jim Rome said. Sure, someone else said it too. But I would like to say, to add on to that, follow the trail. And so if success leaves clues, you follow the trail by getting around people who know more than you know, gone where you want to go, or are on the way there. Man, so tell me, what are you working on now? Like, what's the big thing? What's the big thing? Any projects coming up? Any special events, speaking events?
Yeah, the biggest thing right now is again, the Business and Bourbon brand. We just are really focused on our post-COVID, post-pandemic launch for in-person events. So we're going to be traveling around. We're going to do our tour across the country. Make sure y'all come out for our events. Our events are amazing. They are, we do a little whiskey tasting with some food pairing, but we bring some dope people like Rob. We're going to get Rob out to the show when we come out to his neck of the woods.
Yeah, man.
And we have a fireside chat style panel where we get into the things that you want to talk about, man, the things that matter to you in your business, sales, marketing, branding, all those things. I pride myself on really serving the audience. So what we've created is a networking event that is the anti-networking event. I hate networking events, always have. I'm a sales guy. I hate them because there's usually no value in it. It's a bunch of people, usually salespeople, just handing out business cards. What we've created on our platform is an event where people, first of all, they have a good time, and we keep it super intimate, and it's always focused on the audience and making sure that we're giving you actionable information that you can apply to your business, as opposed to just, hey, show up. We got a couple of speakers, and maybe you get something, maybe you don't know. We like to really cater to the audience, so we curate all the questions. It's all Q&A style. Just so that we're making sure and giving the audience what they want. Because, we could be up in DC doing an event, and what people in DC care about are vastly different than people down in Raleigh or people in Buffalo.
Yeah.
So we want to know what matters in those communities.
Yeah.
Whatever matters in those communities, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to help them through our experience. We only bring people on the platform that have scars, man. People that no offense to new jacks. Yes, you can be new in the game and have knowledge, no question. I had knowledge when I was 25. At 40, I had a whole lot more knowledge.
Yeah.
Not a age thing, but it is an experience thing. The scar thing. So those are the type of people that we bring on the platform, because again, it's all about serving the audience, and we want them to get great actionable data and information. So we are gearing up for that. We also have our private events. Our moniker, Rob, is we want to help you to do better business. We want to help people to do better business. So we take our same philosophy from our public facing events, and we use that in our private corporate events. So we have a couple of private corporate events that are really doing well right now. A whiskey experience. These are virtual events, whiskey experience and a cocktail experience, where we, again, take our same philosophy of really serving the audience. We ship them out a beautiful box, and with the things that they need for the experience. We hop on with either one of my master tasters or mixologists, and do and create a production, not a presentation, a production that's collaborative, that's fun, that's energetic, and creates a great platform to do business or to build deeper relationships in your business. That's our focus. So we're doing a lot of those. You guys have a company, whatever you're interested in, make sure you reach out. What else? I'm leaving one thing out. Yeah, go to businessandbourbon.live, y'all. Go there, set up, get your free membership. Our new site rolled out a month and a half ago, but it's in development. So we're continuing to develop it. So we haven't done an official, it's really a soft launch right now. until we have the back end built out, which our designers are working on. So go get your membership, and that way you'll be the first to know about the in-person events, our virtual events, and all the other stuff that we got going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, change that mindset for success. I was trying to pull. I saw the pic, man. Is with the gentleman you talk about. He won something. He had the phone here.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was trying to pull that up. Couldn't get it though.
Yeah, that was one of the participants at one of our private events.
Yeah.
On the private events, we do some bottle giveaways and stuff like that.
Cool, man. It's like having a whole lot of fun, man. Learning, like having fun, networking, and learning. I mean, that is what is up.
Edutainment, bro.
Edutainment. Hey, you listen. I said this about 4 years ago. Do you think I made it up?
What?
If I said it 4 years ago, you think somebody said it before that?
Until someone can come to you and say, "I said it 5 years ago," just go with it.
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure somebody else said it before. That's all good. I'm giving you credit. The most important thing is, who does the government give credit to? Yeah. Trademarks, copyrights.
Come on, man. Come on. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
You don't think I would trademark that if I could? I could not. But I have trademarked business and bourbon and entrepreneur porn.
Oh my goodness.
Remember that? No more entrepreneur porn. That's what we're about. We want to make sure that people are getting real education. They're not just getting superficial fluff. They're getting what they need to really be successful and to survive. Because, bro, it's not, we talk a lot about success. Let me explain something to you guys. It's about survival, period. Like, before you can be successful in business, you got to survive.
Yeah.
And for most of y'all, it's 3-4 years of surviving to where you can start to turn the corner to start seeing some success.
Ronnell Richards, thank you for being on the show, my brother.
My pleasure, bro.
Follow him, listen to his content, learn something, take action. Peace, man. So, I am very, very, very excited about what the future looks like. The people that I've met, the people that I've connected with, LinkedIn, Facebook, but more importantly, LinkedIn. I have some great folks on Facebook too. Siobhan, what's up, girl? And Dr. Ty, absolutely. That's my girl right there. Too dynamite. Y'all too dynamite too. Y'all should connect, actually, by the way. And Roz, what's up, Coach Roz? The one thing you can take from this session and what I can kind of summarize and what I believe is the most important, valuable tip we can take is that, seeking clarity, okay, about what you're doing, getting clear about what you're doing, and understand what you're doing. The understanding is huge. Like, don't just set goals because these goals were set and you have to do that because you think you got to do this because this normally gets done, so you're going to do. Don't do it that way. Be very clear about what you want to do, and then create a clear roadmap on how you want to do it. Then you surround yourself with people who have done this particular thing before, right? Surround yourself with people who have done this particular thing before. Success leaves clues, so you should follow the trail. Success leaves clues, so we should follow the trail. That's pretty interesting, right? And so if we think about this, we put some mind and some thought and some heart energy into it, we can be our best selves every day. And that's the goal of this show. That's the goal of everything I do with my life. That's the goal of my partner, Wilton, what he's trying to do, make life better for others. The only way for that to happen is for you to seek clarity, get the right information, get the clarity, and then get around the right people, and then continue to keep doing those particular things. And you can do that by being around in proximity with people like Ronnell Richards and watching his Business and Bourbon, watching the Business Empowerment podcast live, hanging out with my girl, Dr. Ty, and Siobhan. She's an amazing coach. Coach Raj, you want to get healthy, she'll do it. Like, listen, it's around us. We have the opportunity. When we feel as if we're running out of resources, that is the opportune time for us to become more resourceful. Okay, Whenever we feel like we're running out of resources, that should be the trigger to become more resourceful. And the moment you become more resourceful, the brain works in a really weird way. It begins to start seeking the answer. And then life, in a real weird way, has this thing called an algorithm and law of attraction, you can call it. And you start to attract the right people, the right ideas, resources. And next thing you know, things are going in a direction quickly and good. And so it's not luck. And I love this right here. This is big. I would have talked about it more, but it kept taking the whole screen. This is dope right here. Look at that. Yeah, that is just funny. That's funny to me. Luck is a lie. Okay? It is. It's a lie. Luck is a lie. And the reason why it's a lie is because the reason why people are spending this money, trying to get rich quick, because they were lied to, they believe the lie. People believe that you can get something of value and of worth with just a little bit of effort. They believe this as a lie. And when you see somebody who's become successful and you never saw them before, and you feel like it's an overnight success, it's not an overnight success. It's an overnight success of 10 years, 20 years prior. It's like the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree is in the ground. You plant the seed in the ground, and for 5 years, it's under the surface. Under the surface for 5 years. But you got to keep watering, taking care of it every single day. And for 5 years, if you stop taking care of it, it dies underground. But if you keep taking care of it and cultivating, ladies and gentlemen, the word is cultivation. If you continue to keep cultivating, after 5 years, in the 5th year, the seed begins to sprout through the ground. And then in a matter of 6 weeks, it grows 90 feet to actually amounting to one of the strongest trees in the world. And you ask yourself, did that tree grow 90 feet in 6 weeks, or was it 5 years? Of course, it was 5 years. So it's not what you see above the surface. It's what's going on underneath. And for those who've been going through the struggle, and you feel like just change your perspective. So for those of you who feel as if the stress and the pain and the agony has you buried, change your perspective and realize that you're just planted. And when you realize that you're planted, that means there is room for growth. See, when you're buried, that's the end. When you're planted, it's the beginning. So God bless you. Enjoy your life. Do good to yourself. Love other people. Be honest. Have integrity. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And hey, who knows? If we all do that, a little bit at a time, we may see a very, very special world. I believe so. Until next time, be well.
Welcome to the Business Empowerment Podcast, the show that keeps you in the know with what you need to know in business and technology and for yourself so you can grow. Welcome to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Rob House, and my co-host, Wilton Rogers, got insight for miles and miles. We'll give you what you need to know. Get ready for the Business Empowerment Podcast.
RPA is currently the fastest growing technology in the software industry and is estimated in the next 2 years to grow over 50%. That means by 2023, every business will know what RPA is, and about half of them will have some kind of RPA implementation within their own organization. What does this mean for you? It means you need to know what it is, how it works, and the best part, you don't have to be a tech genius. The STA Group will be hosting a webinar that will help shed some light on how it works and how you can take advantage of it without investing your time and money. This webinar will educate you on what RPA is and how you can take advantage of it for your business in less than 30 days. And we will do it all in 30 minutes. We have created a blueprint that will get you on the fast track to benefiting from this amazing technology overnight. There has never been anything like this. If you want to be ahead of the game and learn how to automate what you are already doing, then join us this month for an RPA 101 webinar. These 30 minutes will give you insight on how the Fortune 500 have been growing so fast year after year. There is a next level of automation and it's called RPA. Join us this month for the 30-day blueprint to automation success.